Coach, obviously going into week 3, I wanted to ask you about, talk about the identity of your team going from week 1 to week 2. Have you been able to figure out what the identity of your team is through 2 weeks?
I don't think we have. I really think identity comes about as you hit adversity. We probably haven't had enough adversity. We do have a lot of kids that care. They just care about each other. They're connected. They love each other. You could see it Saturday when that punt return hit. We had not hit an explosive play yet, really, and it was like hadn't got things going. And when that happened, it was like, snap, here we go. And you saw the love and energy. I mean, there were 7, 8 starters on that punt return team that all were celebrating in the end zone with the Muse.
Speaking of moments, last week you had another moment where Dylan Bell, I know he played running back in high school, but an electric move, electric play to get into the zone. Is that something that you knew you probably could get out of him, or something you said, all right, let's see what our man Dylan got?
Well, we've been giving him opportunities since fall camp, really. We've kind of done some work with him and said, you know what, this is we have a little more depth at this position. Maybe we get this guy ready at this position. He's done it before, and asked him how he felt about it, and he's all about it. As long as he gets to keep playing receiver and growing, he likes it. So it was one of those things. He did it for the team, and he's pretty good at it, and we're going to keep expanding that package.
How would you gauge the physicality level of, say, your offense? You want to be able to run the football and then run it the way you wanted to last week. When you approach this week, how do you get your guys going and say, we have to be the more physical team, especially walking into the SEC play?
Yeah, it's what it is. I mean, you got to put a hat on a hat. You got to move people. You got to create double teams, and you got to force it. And a lot of times you don't get the cumulative effect of those things until you wear people down. It's hard to run the ball early in a game. I don't care what level of football you're at. I don't care how much disparity you have in talent over the other team. I don't see teams just go out there and rip off 7, 8 yard pops a run. So what you have to do is wear people down, make them tackle your backs, and then you gash them in the third and fourth quarter when you make them quit. We really haven't gotten to that point. We haven't gotten to the point of trying to run the ball down somebody's throat in the second half.
I know you know South Carolina's head coach Shane Beamer really well. When you think about what kind of coach he is and coaching against him, what kind of coach is he, and then what kind of team you expect to bring here on Saturday?
Well, he's a passionate, energetic coach. I think his team plays into his personality. And they get after it. I mean, they play hard, they play physical, they're sound in what they do, they're never out of a game, they're really good on special teams. So for us, we have to match that intensity. We've got to say, hey, this is going to be a relentless attack by us, and they got to come match our level.
Pop talked about some of the things you have to do against an experienced guy like a Spencer Rattler. Facing him, you faced him a couple times. This year, he's got another year on his belt in this league. What are some of the things you expect to see out of him and things that you guys know you have to be aware of facing a guy like him?
Well, it's mobility. Just because you win one-on-one pass rush doesn't mean you get him down. You have to be smart the way you rush this guy because he can hurt you with his legs. He can throw the ball all over the field. So where you give free access at is important because he will attack you.
Third week in a row, you have a different starting time. Week 1 was 6 o'clock. Last week was noon. This week, 3:30 prime time. What is the expectation when you think about for your team to be ready for this particular time as opposed to a later game or a game that starts really early?
Well, this one's more, what you design you build your program around because this is what time we practice every day. So they come over here, get around 2, we hit the field around 4. I mean, there's a routine to this, and there's a reason why that is. But regardless of what time it is, you got to be ready to play.
And then you think about, obviously, the fan base always is huge. This is the first SEC opponent coming to Athens. You've won 20 straight games at home, but just talk about the effect the crowd can have in a game like this.
Yeah, huge. I think they played in a neutral site game than a home game, so they're coming into their first really true road game, and expect our crowd to be really loud, impact the game. They'll have people that haven't played on the road in the SEC yet, so we need to make it difficult to communicate and talk and provide our team a little extra energy.
I know you're excited to get the 3 turnovers last week, but what do you want to see more out of your defense heading to Saturday?
Well, I want to control the line of scrimmage a little better. I want to give up, I don't want to give up any explosive runs. You're going to hit on a pass every now and then, but you've got to control the line of scrimmage and dominate their ability to run the ball and kind of suffocate them and make them one-dimensional. That's hard to do if you don't get your gaps and strike people up front. And South Carolina's good at exposing that. So I want to see them do that. I want to see them attack the ball. we didn't get any caused fumbles out again, and we've taken a lot of pride in doing that, and we hadn't seen the results.
Coach, appreciate it.
Thank you.